All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Meebits Football live stream. We are streaming from home today, but super happy that you guys are here. Lots to talk about. So, how are you? I'm good. Yeah, you're pre-gaming for Mexico City. You gotta just get ready. Yeah, but no, I'm good. It's a sunny day outside, beautiful New York. So, lots of soccer to watch. I'm excited.
Let's see. How about now? Caveman, can you hear me? I think you can hear me. I can see the thing moving up.
I see your green dot, whatever that is.
Yeah. It's just what's a thank you, Caveman. What's a Meevits live stream without a microphone issue? All right, back from the
To
top.
be fair, this started a month ago, so really neither of us knew a lot before. So now it's just learning and
We're getting good at the Instagram stuff. I mean, we shot some
yeah.
good stuff yesterday. I can't wait to see it edited and out there. But yeah, guys, we're home. We're working from home today. I was just telling Sophine, or everybody really, she knows this already, but went out to celebrate the Mexico win with a bunch of Mexican friends from my old life in Wall Street, and yeah, didn't make it into the studio today, but we're excited. There's a lot of football being played today, and I'm not gonna lie, Sophie, I was on the couch again this morning going through Instagram reels and stories of Mexico, the game, the national anthem, the celebrations.
Yeah.
I was tearing up. I
Oh,
it's funny because yesterday I was talking to all these people. They're all Mexicans. Again, there's a lot of friends and clients of my friends that are here for some conference or something, and they were like, "What do you miss the most?" And it was just like speaking Mexican Spanish, and yeah. So this morning I was watching all the celebrations, and it's just like a natural thing. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know, but
no, I mean, I understand it though because even watching the Mexico game and the edits, like I felt like I was Mexican and I'm not, but like even though Choa edits of him being in his last game, like everything was so emotional, and I
so
think that there's so
emotional.
much pride in the country that it just makes you feel like so proud. I don't know. I'm just some of these countries when they're celebrating South Africa, I'm like just so proud of them, and I don't even know them or like anything about it. But it's just such a amazing time of the year, and I don't know. I think that
Honestly,
I know
that's
exactly.
it's like that's all we got to celebrate, right? Like that's all we have to celebrate, and we're united by the jersey, the flag, the songs. Um, yeah, it was. I don't know. It's really hard to put into words. I never thought it would get to me the way it has this year. But yeah, no, I mean Mexico historical run, 9 points, no goals giving up. I think, and
That's
we spoke about it yesterday, right? And I think you and I spoke about it a lot offline. Like, in my opinion, they had not looked good, and they didn't
yeah.
really look good the first half yesterday. But the second half, they turned it on, and it was like, okay, like now I'm starting to feel like, do we have a shot at like semifinals or something like that? Like, because they look really, really good. They looked in control. You know, they score goals when they wanted to score goals.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's like so.
I think
According,
that
go on.
no, sorry, keep going.
No, I mean, according to official figures, there was 800,000 people celebrating on the streets of Mexico City yesterday. Even though it was, we call it ley seca, they're like no alcohol sales. So it's not even about that. It was just like people like we're proud of this team, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's honestly it is amazing. I think that because they're so good at just finding a way to win, they can make it to the semifinals. Or I don't know. I think that a lot of these teams like they're not finding ways to win and they're having great performances, but they're not at the end of the day winning. But Mexico is, and their performances haven't been great, and I think that they probably know that. I mean, it's if anyone's their biggest critic, it's them. So I don't know. I think that they'll have a good run. Truly.
I mean, I'm hoping because now I'm like really starting to believe we have something special here. And
Yeah.
yesterday was awesome. Memo Ochoa, for you guys that might not be following, why did Mexico sub in their goalie? So Memo Ochoa is our one of our longest tenure goalies, and this is his sixth World Cup that he's been to. He's only played in four, so he didn't play. He didn't get any game time in the first two, but he's been to six, and so they gave him some game time yesterday for like 20 minutes. And I mean, people were emotional in the stadium. People were like, we were emotional on the tail. We were like, whoa, what's happening? It just feels so
Yeah.
good. And but yeah, no, I mean, a lot of really awesome things happening with this World Cup. I don't know, maybe Qatar had left a bad feeling on me, like Qatar 2022, because it was off cycle in the winter, and
Yeah.
it felt so remote. But now with this World Cup being here in North America and Mexico having a good run, I don't know. Maybe when I go to Mexico on Monday, I'm gonna stay there until we
Honestly,
get knocked
that's
out.
so fair.
Wife's
That is
gonna,
so fair.
Erica's gonna kill me if I tell her that. She might come. She's like, I'm gonna book a ticket. Maybe I can come. So maybe she comes down. She's not too happy about my
Maybe you guys
performance last night, but what's that?
I said maybe you guys can magically get into like a game or something. The game.
Yeah, no, she's like, you went to play soccer with Sophine and you came back at 6 a.m. And I was like, yeah, well, it's what happens.
I feel like you always find your way into these fun
Situations.
parties. But you know what? That's what the World Cup's about, and I'm boring, but I think that it's awesome.
Well, no, so you guys know, Sophine and I went to play. Well, we went to like shoot some PKs, and we'll show you that
Content coming.
tomorrow.
It's pretty good. I was honestly floored by. I don't even know if I want to say it because I don't want to.
Don't spoil it, but it was good. It was a
Spoil
good
it,
time.
right.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
And then we played some pickup, which we didn't record, with some like random people there, and
Which is fine because no one needs to see me playing. Like it was a warm up. We're gonna keep playing.
I was so tired.
I was so tired.
I
And
was
also,
so
Sergio looked
tired.
at me. He's like, "You're invisible." Like they weren't passing me the ball.
It was all boys, and they were not passing you the ball. I was like actually really pissed. I was like
I
really
was
really
getting
pissed.
so mad. I was like, I'm on the wing, right? And so they're dribbling just right by me. I'm like, hello,
You're wide open. They would look at you, and then they will pass it into traffic, and I
Yeah.
was like, what are these kids doing?
They were young though, so I was like, they probably just are like, oh, girls suck, and I'm not gonna pass to the girl.
It's probably what it was, but I was actually mad. I mean, we're playing in opposing teams, and I was mad for your team not giving you the ball. I'm like, if they only knew she's like D1 player, but they didn't know. I
Your
tried.
bicycle kick killed me. I was like, oh my god, I was dying laughing.
It was a good attempt. So there was a corner kick, or like I don't know, it was like a pass from the side, and I went up for a bicycle kick. I did not come anywhere near the ball, but I was wearing a Jorge Campos neon jersey, and I don't know. I want to say it probably looked fun. It didn't look good, but it probably looked fun, that bicycle kick.
Honestly though, like in terms of the form, I thought it was good. It just wasn't near the ball. But like, I mean, I'm not one to do a bicycle kick, but I think that why not? Why not try?
Why
it?
not, right? I mean, that's what I think. I gave it my best, but man, 5 minutes in, I was like, I just did an Ironman a month ago, and I'm like dying.
I was so humbled. I'm like, this is
It was hot. I was
I
also in
should-
sweatpants. I was in sweatpants.
yeah.
Yeah, we need to go
But
back to
I hope
play.
if there's more pickup in New York City that people know about, just let us know because we'll be there.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely go back to that field, I think, and we're gonna go play with the Adidas guys next Wednesday as
Yeah.
well. When I come back, I come back from Mexico that day. We'll see. But yeah. So then, should we go look at the matches yesterday, or do you want to start?
Do you want to do the jerseys first?
What's that?
Do you want to go for the jerseys first and then matches?
Yes. So our new section is Sophine ranks the uniforms of the day. So we have
Yes.
another 6 games today or something like that.
Lots of games today, but I'm doing usually just the top like 4 because there's so many uniforms. And honestly, they're all really cool. So I just wanted to
How
kind
many of
of
them are
make
red?
myself
How many of them are red?
none today.
None of them are red.
Yes. Yesterday there were two that were red, or three maybe. It's three. Um,
All of them.
and I don't know. I saw them during the game, and I was like,
Canada played with
they,
white and they lost, so they probably never wear that
yeah,
uniform again.
no, and they didn't play very well. But my favorite of the day today is obviously Netherlands. Not even being biased, I think that you can admit that too. You said that, and I just think that the orange is so vibrant and it makes their country. It just like I don't know. It makes me so excited because my dad's from there, and I don't know. It's just such a classic uniform for them.
It's a good
Uh,
uniform. It is a good uniform. That like electric orange is just great. I wish we didn't have that PK because I do like the Netherlands. I've always had a
yeah.
great time. I love the museums out there. Um,
Mhm.
Eric and I went what like 2 3 years ago. We had a blast. A couple of CryptoPunks came out to hang out with us. I love the Van Gogh Museum. That gets me emotional every time.
Yes.
But in football, there's that little rivalry, and
That's
so
okay.
all right. But it is an incredible jersey, and even though every year it's like electric orange and there's not much you can do with it, this year like the couple of black details they put on it, like it really makes the orange stand out even more. So I'm with you. It's probably the best uniform of the day.
It makes the orange more wearable. I don't know how to explain it, but I think without the black stripes and kind of detail, it looks very just like bland. But it kind of adds like a chicness to it, which is a weird word to use for a soccer uniform, but I think that it's just designed very like nicely.
What? Do you speak any Dutch? Like, do you know any Dutch words?
Mens echt niet.
What does that mean?
It's a board game.
Well, you play a board game in Dutch, but do you know the rules and stuff, like the words, or
Yeah, I don't know the words, but my grandma would always play with me, and that's the only really word I know. I don't know liker. That means like, oh, like that's good.
lekker? Yeah, yeah, they have that in South Africa too.
But my dad speaks fluent Dutch. He just never taught us,
How do you feel about
which
that?
I'm mad about it. I'm really mad about it because he wants to move back there. He wants to move back to Amsterdam when my little brother graduates high school, so in like 4 years. But
One of your
I don't know.
17 siblings?
Yeah, guys, I have five siblings, and the youngest one right now is 13, but he plays soccer.
There we
I think
go.
he'll be good too.
There we go. We got Diego in the chat. Mexico cabrones. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm hurting. Just a lot of water this morning. But Netherlands, your top pick for uniforms. What is your
Yeah,
second pick today?
Japan. I honestly was not taken by this right away, but after looking at all the uniforms for today, I just think that I'm not 100% sure they're wearing that uniform today, but that's what the internet says, so we're just gonna go with it. I love the Adidas stripes. I think it's just a classic. It's
They nailed it. We talked about it
yeah,
yesterday with Scotland. Like they nailed the stripes this year. Like they're really thick. I've never seen them this thick, but I think they're probably the best stripes they've had.
yeah, and just the way that they're designed, the fit, the number underneath the patch, I think that looks really good. Um, hot take. Do you guys think that the low socks is weird?
Oh, this guy in the middle, 13. Of course, it's weird. Also,
Yeah.
it's illegal, right?
No, I did that.
You gotta wear shin guards, especially as a goalie.
Okay, well,
Like you don't wear shin guards as a
I
goalie.
did it for 2 games. No, I never wore shin guards. We would have like 10 minutes before the games, and it was me and my Icelandic teammate Ida. She's on the national team for Iceland, and we would take like tape and we would just wrap it. We'd have like little blocks of tape, and then we tape it to our shins. And the ref would always be like, and we're like, no, they're shin guards.
Wow. Yeah,
So
in Mexico, like whenever you play, obviously, like we had some like very casual leagues, but you had to wear shin guards, and we would just get cardboard, put in our socks, because otherwise they won't let
that's
you
awesome.
play. Yeah.
Cardboard is definitely fine. It's just if it moves and you get cleated, it's the worst.
Oh, it was the worst when you started sweating it, but you would just take it out, and they wouldn't notice. But yeah, shin guards, guys. If you've never played like organized football, they won't let you start the game or sub in without shin guards, and your shirt's got to be tucked in.
Did you see the little kid with no shoes yesterday?
Which one?
He was the youngest one playing pickup with us. Blonde.
Oh my God. Yes.
He had no shoes on, and I was like, "What if we step on your toes?" And he was probably like 13 years old. I was like, "Your little feet. That's sad."
I told Eric, I'm like, I'm so tired. She's like, who are you playing with? I'm like, a bunch of little kids. She's like, yeah, they just run so much. I'm like, how are they so like energetic?
I don't know. I'm like yawning like while we're like just like I don't
Maybe
get it.
that's why they didn't give you the ball because you were yawning on the side.
No, I don't know. I was so bothered.
Honestly, I was so mad for your team for not giving you the ball. Like
No,
you
I
did have a couple shots though. You had a really
I
good
did.
shot. You had a really good shot towards the end.
Thank you. I thought that was good too. It was like a facing away and then just hit it. But my cross, I fumbled the cross. That's the one that really
You did
bothered
fumble
me.
the
It was
cross.
so bad. I was like, guys, should I just retire? No, but anyways. All right, third, Sweden. I love it. I think it's also a classic Adidas, but the yellow and the blue just looks really good to me. It kind of reminds me of LSU, and that's why I
I
like it.
was gonna say it really looked like that uniform we showed of yours yesterday, where you're
Yeah,
like all in yellow.
yeah. And I like the way that the numbers are. They're very unique. They're
Well,
not
the
just
all the letters and numbers this year, I feel like they're really really good.
they
Probably
are.
Norway
And
has the best ones with the
they're just
runes,
like
but yeah, I like Sweden. Did I ever tell you about my Sweden trip? I went to Stockholm. On a weekend in February a long time ago. It was really really
no.
cold, but
I've
I
always
had
wanted to go there.
absolute blast. Absolute blast. I stayed in Gamla which I think is like downtown Stockholm. Um,
Hmm.
insane. I loved it. A lot of stories from
I
that
feel like
weekend.
you've traveled everywhere.
When I was younger, I traveled a lot for work, so I would go to South America quite often, and
For
the
Goldman?
for Goldman, for Barclays, and so the banks would pay for those flights, and there was business class, so I had a lot of miles on my personal account. So then I would use the miles to go pretty much anywhere. I did date somebody who did a semester abroad in London, so I will like fly over on like Thursday evening to London, like pretty much every week for like 6 months. Um,
For 3 days?
yeah, so I'll be there. Like I'll get to the office. I will just go straight into the office and work all day Friday, and then we'll go to the pub at like 3 p.m. It's awesome with my guys from work, and then I'll go see her, and then I will fly back Sunday afternoon and get here Sunday evening. Go to work in the office on Monday in New York.
Crazy. My sister went home last weekend, yeah, 2 days ago she got back, and she took a red eye Monday night, got in at 7 a.m. and went straight to work, and I'm like,
That was my
how?
life. That was my life for work. So the flights into South America are all red eyes. And so you have to so with Goldman, like I was with some former colleagues from Goldman yesterday. They're no longer there, but we were reminiscing of those days. And our boss, I remember how I told you we all had nicknames. We never used our
Yeah,
names. We all went by our nicknames. My nickname was Chiki, and our boss was Chacho. Guy last night was Clone. Um, and our boss would be like, "All right, you going to Santiago?" Like, yeah, sure. And you had like 8 meetings in one day, and then he'll be like, "Hey, you have a 30-minute break in between these two meetings. Why don't you just go see somebody there?" And you're like, "Dude, I'm like commuting." They're like, "No, no, no, no. I know the offices are like right next door." So he'll make us go to meetings the whole time, and but what was like really tiring, and I didn't realize how much I hated like business travel until I got to like
yeah,
28, 29 was you would, let's say, you didn't go on Fridays, you didn't go on Monday, you didn't go over the weekend, you go on like on a Wednesday. So you would work the whole day on Tuesday. You show up at work 6:45 a.m. with your suitcase. You work most of the day. You go to JFK like around like 4 p.m. for a 7 p.m. flight. Right, by the time you get there, it's like 5:30. I like to have dinner at the airport. A lot of people just
yeah,
like eating on the plane. The flight to Chile is like 11 hours, so you have plenty of time. But I just like to sleep. Anyways, get on the plane. You land like 6:30 in the morning. You get picked up. You go to the hotel. Sometimes they had room for you. Sometimes they didn't. Then you just shower in the gym, and then suit and tie. Go to breakfast meeting, lunch meeting, dinner. There was times where I would just come back on the red eye, and so, or just go to Peru that night, do meetings, and then come back on the red eye from Lima,
what are all
and
these meetings about?
I had just like market outlook and all this like
Of like economy?
Yeah, yeah, and like
Okay.
different things they were like putting on trades. Um, we would take analysts and they would talk about a bunch of different things, but like macro stuff. But then you would
Yeah.
land on in New York on like Friday at 7 a.m. at JFK, and you would go home, shower, shave, and go to work. So you were on the clock from like Tuesday morning to like Friday evening, and it was
Okay.
nonstop. It was a lot. It was a lot, but really good miles, and then all the American Express points will accrue to your personal
Yeah.
account. So I still have a ton of American Express points, which is like we're actually going to Italy in September, and that pretty much is all sponsored by Amex points, which is pretty nice.
That's awesome. I don't
Yeah,
obviously have that, but for Armenia games, like we would fly Qatar, which I think is connected to United or something like that. There's usually Qatar Airways though. And I got points for that. And yeah, when I flew home from LSU, I used those points and I was like, I felt so mature. I was like, yep, use my points. But I used them all and now I don't have any. So
and they don't give you points on that business on that private flight we took. You got to call Adam and be
yeah,
like, hey,
that's
what
all right though.
what freaking flyer?
I don't mind.
You don't mind? All right.
No.
What's your third uniform for today?
Um, this is the fourth, I believe. USA.
The fourth
I love
already?
it.
Oh yeah.
I think people don't appreciate it enough. I think that the stripes are,
The Where's Waldo?
yeah, I think they're so patriotic, and I think that the world is kind of healing with the World Cup right now. Just everyone
The world is
support.
healing.
Yeah, and I just think that I don't know. I love it. I love it a lot. I think that the uniform is obviously not simple, and it's not like the other three, but it is patriotic, and I like it.
It is very patriotic.
All right.
Here's
Anyways,
Pulisic.
that's
That's what
crazy.
it looks like to me. Like, tell me it doesn't look like this. Come on, Sophine.
It
Like,
does. He does. Yeah. Not it. Sorry. He does. I will say though, like the press interviews with Holland, super off topic. I was dying. Did you see it?
the one where like, are you gonna beat France? Is like probably not.
No, that one's funny too. But then yesterday there was one, and they were like, "Oh, you score so many goals. Like, what is your thing?" And he was like, "It's my speciality. Like, I just score goals. I'm a goal scorer."
Yeah,
And I know he didn't mean it in a way that wasn't humble. That's why it's so funny.
I love that kid. I mean, he's just a character.
He's like, "It's just what I do." I was like, "All right,
Which
it's what you do."
it is what he does. Did you see his training? How he like trains sprints like up a hill, just like
Yes.
runs like a Viking.
Yeah. It's
Insanity.
amazing. And he eats like raw fish every day. Only
Amazing dude. Amazing,
just
amazing dude.
a beast.
All right, should we get to the games yesterday? Because there was a lot of football that we gotta get through. And then we'll
Yeah.
talk about today's matches. And then I don't have any memes today, guys, because honestly, every minute that I spent on X earlier today looking for memes, I was just tearing up watching Mexico Mexico videos. But we did have a very exciting Haiti and Morocco game with a lot of implications for the knockout stage. The Haiti again. So given that the results of the group stage matches will define where you end up in the knockout stage qualification, every group plays their matches at the same time. So Haiti and Morocco were playing at the same time as Brazil was playing
Scotland.
Scotland. But you know what? This was not the first game of the day. I don't know what I'm doing over here. The first game of the day. Ooh, I forgot to get
Switzerland.
those. It was Switzerland, Canada. So tell me about those while I look up for the graphic for it.
Yeah. I would say that I want to say you predicted that score, but it wasn't great defending by Canada. I would say on either goal. I think that there was a lot of fouls in the match, and it was kind of a rough match between both teams. They both wanted to get the win, but obviously Canada didn't get it. I'm not 100% sure where Canada fell in the bracket. I want to say third,
Second place.
second,
So
second
the
place. They're still going through.
they're still going through, but their problem now is going to be that they are not going to stay at home. So they gotta go now to LA to play South Africa, who shocked the world, and we'll talk about this in a second. So if Canada had won their group, that group path for round of 32 and round of 16 would have been in Canada. But since
Yeah.
Switzerland won the group, Switzerland stays in Canada, and Canada now has to travel to LA to play South Africa in the round of 32, which obviously, it's not a disadvantage. Like every country except for Mexico and the U.S. are traveling. And Mexico, if we make it to the quarterfinals, will also come to the U.S. But you're losing the advantage that you had by staying home. Obviously, now you have to fly. You have to deal with
Yeah.
a different setting, yeah. So it was Canada. I think they gave up a huge advantage in that sense. I watched the whole game right after we played pickup. Switzerland in my opinion, they look better. I think Canada
Yeah.
maybe was a little too. I don't know. They 6-0 versus Qatar. They probably came in thinking we got this, and they didn't got this.
Yeah. They were a little sporadic in the way that they were playing. And Switzerland just is more experienced. I mean, they've qualified, 4 times in a row? So I
Four
think
times
that,
in a row to the knockout stage in World Cups, which is
Yeah.
it's something.
Very
Those,
impressive.
yeah, they scored like 30 seconds into the second half too, which is just puts you in the back foot for the second half. And yeah, Switzerland. I don't know. I don't want to say a dark horse. I don't think they make a big run, but the only other country that has qualified for knockout stage, only European country that's done that, 4 World Cups in a row is France. So definitely in good company there. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think this was a big loss for Canada. It was bigger than the actual 2-1 on screen, because now they have to travel to play their next matches.
Yeah. And that makes a difference. Obviously, I think a lot of their 6-0 win was because of their momentum being at home. So I do think that the South Africa is a tough opponent, obviously, but I don't think it's an opponent that Canada can't beat.
Right. All right, Bosnia and Qatar, 3-1. It was. I think. Did we predict that? I think so.
Yes.
I
We
mean,
both did.
Yeah, Bosnia. It's just a strong side. I mean, and Qatar is a really weak side. They didn't look good in any of their matches, I don't think. And yeah, I think it was just like if you were going to script the World Cup from the beginning, this was it. I think one of the interesting facts here, thanks to our friends at PM Analytics, Bosnia's second goal was an own goal, which is the 10th own goal of the tournament. That is like crazy.
That's hard. That's a
Crazy.
hard pill to swallow.
It is a hard pill to swallow, but it is a lot of own goals.
That's of the tournament?
Yeah.
And there's only been 3 games.
We're in the second day of the third match day. The record for own goals in a World Cup was set in the Russia 2018 World Cup with 20 own goals. So we're only 2 own goals away from this World Cup breaking, or at least tying the record for most own goals, which I don't know what that says
Not a
about
record
modern
you want.
football.
Yeah.
No, you definitely not a record you want. But I mean, nobody really owns that record, right? It's like every team that's scoring own goals probably wants to forget about them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Bosnia looked good, but not a team I see kind of going super far. But I do think that, they might play the U.S. in the round of 32, and that's gonna be exciting. I think the U.S. can beat them.
I mean, I won't say anything because Erica's already mad that I got home late. So
No, you can say it. Speak your mind. I want to know.
It's on the internet and it lives forever. I will be
That's
cheering
true.
for the USA. I will definitely be cheering for the USA on this match.
Yeah.
Round 32. Yeah.
There was a shot that Qatar had second half, I believe. It was 2-1 Bosnia. And if Qatar scored it, it would have been 2-2, which obviously completely changes the game because 3-1, 2-2 is different scores.
Yeah.
And Qatar hit the post. It was a shame. I think that they would have maybe tied it if they had scored that.
I don't remember that one. I did watch the whole game. I was I was resting from our pickup from my pickup
Yeah.
match. It was fun. I was very hot. But all right, now the match that I was excited about. I think everybody was watching Brazil Scotland. They should have been watching Haiti Morocco because this was a 4-2 back and forth match with a lot of action.
Yeah.
Morocco went up, then Haiti tied it, then Morocco went up. And then we had a last minute goal where Haiti cut back on the lead. Obviously, Haiti was already knocked out of the whole World Cup, so the fact that they put up such a good fight was super interesting. And Haiti, scored 2 goals for the first time in the World Cup, which is really good. And for Morocco, they qualified as second place, which I think was the expectation.
Yeah.
Um, After a weaker start with playing against Scotland, Morocco did what they had to do, and they ended up qualifying in second place. I think that's what I picked in my bracket. I gotta go look. Brazil did what they had to do, and we'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, I don't know if you watch any highlights from this game.
I didn't. I saw two of Morocco's goals, but I did not see the Haiti goals. I just saw the score. I was out and about, so when I saw that it was 2-2, I was like, "There's no way."
It's exciting for Haiti. I was at that Adidas, fan fest, and the huge screen had Brazil, Scotland, and then there was like a little screen to the side, and there was Morocco people and Haiti people, and they kept cheering because they kept scoring. It was like back and forth. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um,
which I think that's funny because the Morocco game to me was a little bit more exciting. I think that out of the two to watch, I think Morocco would have been fun because they're a fun team to watch right now, and I think that they are a dark horse going into the knockout stage, and I
you
think they
think
can
so?
upset. I do. I think they're very good.
Okay. I mean, let me see. Where's the World
Yesterday
Cup
didn't show
bracket?
that, but I don't know. I do think conceding 2 goals to Haiti is not very good, but it could just be like their comfort going into the game knowing that they've already qualified in Haiti, or they hadn't yet, had they?
Um, no. So Morocco scored first.
Right. Okay.
The only matches that have been set in the knockout stage are South Africa and Canada. Everything else still up in the air. We'll see what
Awesome. Well,
happens.
I think Morocco will play a pretty strong team in the round of 32 because they finished second place.
Right, they're gonna play a first place from a group. The other matches we said Brazil, Scotland. I mean, Scotland shot themselves in the foot. They gave up two
Yeah.
goals on mistakes. It wasn't even like Brazil attacking plays. It was just they were just playing out of their side, and they lost the ball
They beat
twice.
themselves.
They did, and they really put themselves at risk here for qualifying because if they had just lost 1-0, they would still have like I think it was like a -1 goal differential. But now they have like a -3 or -4, which really puts them
Yeah.
towards the bottom of the third places, and it's gonna make it difficult for them to qualify. And when you're playing Brazil, you can't gift them goals.
No.
And then on the other
They'll
hand,
score it.
Brazil came alive. We talked about it over the last few days. Some of these bigger teams that maybe did not have the right start or the expected start to the tournament now coming alive, and obviously Vini scoring 2 goals, and what a week, right, for strikers. You got started with Messi and Mbappe and Haaland and Ronaldo, and now Vini also putting his name up there in the competition, the running for Golden Boot, which is for the top scorer. Neymar played. Did you hear the cheers when he was like getting ready to come in the field?
No, I didn't.
The stadium was going insane. So Neymar hadn't played a official
Nine
since like 2022, I think, for Brazil.
Yeah.
I love that they still gave him number 10. It's such an iconic.
Yeah.
Like if you're wearing like the Brazilian number 10 jersey, like that is baller. That's like it's almost like wearing 23 for the Bulls. I mean, that number's retired now. We don't really retire numbers
But
in football.
theoretically, you could, yeah.
Um, But honestly, like Scotland just shot themselves in the foot. They gave up two very dumb goals on mistakes. And you can't do that when you're playing Brazil. You cannot do that. They subbed in two guys towards the end, two strikers in like the 89th minute. I don't know. It just Scotland. It's funny, right? Because Brazil like stepped up to expectations, and I think Scotland stepped down to expectations, which is just sad because I think they had the highest probability of playing Mexico in the round of 32, and
that would have been fun.
That would have been fun because I'll be in Mexico City, not at the match, but I'll be there. And then
you'll be outside the stadium.
I will be in like the Angel area, Mexico City downtown. The match of the night, I don't want to say negative going into it, but I was definitely, I don't know. I thought Mexico had played really shitty, excuse my Spanish, the first match day and the second match day as well. We kind of just won the Korea match because of that goalie mistake. But they proved me wrong yesterday. The team played really well, especially in the second half. First half was a boring game. I mean, we were very, very bored watching it.
Yeah.
But they came alive in the second half, and it was just awesome. It was just really, really awesome to see Mexico play that well, put up 3 goals. It's funny to think of Mexico as a defensive team, but we haven't given up a goal this whole year. We haven't given up a goal in the World Cup. And it's just it's 9 points the first time we win.
Are you the only team that hasn't?
What's that?
Is Mexico the only team that has not given up a goal?
No, I think there's a couple. I think Spain.
Spain, Portugal, maybe.
But Mexico joins a very select group of nations in history that have won all 3 matches in group stage without giving up a goal. And that's good. I mean, you got to score to win matches, right? In football, you got to score to win. But and we're not good at PKs, unfortunately. Historically, it's been like one of our downfalls. But the fact that they put up 3 yesterday was really, really good. We don't have like a star striker. I mean, Quiñones, who's Colombian born, but now Mexican. He's like our star striker. So we don't have like a figure that's gonna go put up 2 or 3 goals in a match. But it is good to see the distribution of goals across the team. So can't complain. Had a blast. Had a great night. It was a lot of fun. Czechia looked just very defeated after we scored the first on them. And yeah, so Czechia got eliminated. The other match for our group was obviously Korea versus South Africa.
Yeah, which was a shocking upset, but it was electric. I think that South Africa advancing is just amazing. And
first time ever.
Coach, like, on the ground, so happy. The players were jumping up and down. It just was amazing.
I didn't see it. I mean, we're on our way to to La Victoria to go celebrate our win, but we at the bar we're Houston Hall. They were showing both matches at the same time, and the South Africa goal was really, really good. It was really, really good. And South Korea, they went from coming back from 1-0 versus Czechia and winning that match to losing to Mexico on a dumb mistake, and then just not being able to score for 2 matches in a row. Like they're out. I don't know. I mean, they can still make it because they have 3 points, but we'll see. Their goal differential is not too bad. It's just -1. But I don't know. Like they looked really good match they won versus Czechia, and now they just look like kind of like a filler team for the round of 32 if they do make it. Whereas South Africa started out slow, losing 2-0 versus Mexico, losing 2 men in that match, and not really they were just like happy to be here, and now beating South Korea and making it to the next stage as the second highest ranked team in this group is exciting. And I do have my biggest client when I was at Barclays, they were out of London, but it's a hedge fund that was full of South Africans. So I have a lot of friends, I would say, that are out there. So I'm really I texted them last night. I'm like, I hope you guys are still up. They were like, mate, yes, we're still up. It was amazing. Like 5 a.m. in London where they live. But they say house it. They say lekker, which sounds like what you said in Dutch. So it's
Yeah.
Lekker, and instead of and like dude, it's like okay. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would just
Okay.
type because it was on Bloomberg. But yeah, I'm really happy for South Africa. I mean, we beat them in the first match, and I felt bad about it. But now that they made it, and they're gonna go and play Canada, I'm excited for them.
Yeah.
I'll be cheering for them.
Me too. I think that Canada has a chance to win, but I want South Africa to win just out of like the pure passion that they show and that they're very humble. And I think that, yeah, one of my friends South African too, so I'm sure she's excited.
Nice. All right, and
He's
then
one of the
we
people that doesn't know soccer though and is now a big fan.
big fan, right? Like I love that though.
Yeah,
Yes, I know I was talking shit about the bandwagon Knicks fans, but if you want to bandwagon football in your country, you don't
I'll go
bandwagon
with
because
that.
you were born there. Like you've always been a fan. You've always been,
Yeah,
Dutch or American or German or like Colombian or Mexican. So
yeah,
it was just dormant within you, and I love it. And I love it. And we have another 6 matches today, which it's gonna make for a great hangover day for me with my doggies. Well, they start 4, and Curacao versus Ivory Coast is the first match. On paper, if you were looking at this match lineup before the World Cup, you would have been like, hey, these are the 2 bottom feeders in this group. Obviously, Germany and Ecuador destroy them. There's nothing to play here. Maybe Germany and Ecuador are playing for who's going to be first and second. Probably just a garbage match. In reality, though, there's a lot to play here.
yeah,
Given that they are all potentially going to make it. They could all make it, which is just something that again nobody would have thought. Let's see. So Group E has Germany. They already qualified with 6 points. Ivory Coast has 3 points. Ecuador has 1 point, and Curacao has 1 point. So whoever wins the Ivory Coast Curacao game, unless Ecuador can upset Germany, which is not likely, will qualify as second in that group. And if it's Curacao that wins, that still leaves Ivory Coast with a chance to go through as one of the third places.
yeah,
So it is incredible. I mean, Ecuador might be out. Obviously, if they lose to Germany, they're out. Um, I don't even know what to say. Curacao, obviously, their goalie broke the record for most saves
amazing.
last
Yeah,
time, so definitely be cheering for. His name is Eloy Room. Definitely be cheering for him in Philly. Can he do another 15 saves, or can he, or will it happen the same thing as happened to our boy from Cape Verde, who his second match was not good. So Ivory Coast just needs to tie to go through. Curacao needs to win, so that's gonna be a great match. And then Ecuador and
yeah,
Germany. Um, Ecuador just hoping that Germany, since they're already through, will rest their starters because Ecuador needs to win. And Ecuador is the second highest team when it comes to shots on goal this World Cup so far. Germany is the first though, so we'll see. What do you think for this 2 matches? How do you think like it shakes out?
I think I think Germany's a powerhouse. I have no doubt that they're going to win that game. I just think that they're a team that knows how to win. So I don't personally think Ecuador is going to make it out of the group stage. But Ivory Coast, Curacao, I think soccer wise, Ivory Coast is going to come out with a win, but I want to see Curacao win.
Okay, I want to see Curacao win. Yes, me too. I want to see Curacao win. I think they can. It's exciting. It is exciting. I'll tell you what, the Germany Ecuador match is here in New York. Midtown's already closed, so that the buses can get out there, which is kind of crazy.
That's amazing. I saw a bunch of Germany jerseys this morning.
And
Like
last
every
night
single
too.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta love the Germans. Group F playing at 7 p.m. in Dallas and Kansas City. We have the Netherlands playing Tunisia, and
Yeah.
I know what your expectations are for that game, and then Japan playing Sweden. Now let me see. Tunisia's already eliminated,
So
so
it's nothing to
so
lose game for them.
nothing to lose game for them, which as we saw with Haiti yesterday, still doesn't mean they're not gonna put up a fight. Obviously, you would expect Netherlands to win, but that doesn't win them the group because Japan also has 4 points and they have the exact same goal difference. So obviously Japan has the tougher match facing a Sweden. That's, if Sweden wins, they qualify in second place. So the Sweden-Japan match, it's pretty much for the second place of the group. Whoever wins that qualifies. Whoever loses might not be eliminated. So I think you're going to see a pretty wide open game as both sides try to take it without really risking anything by losing.
Yeah.
And then the Netherlands versus Tunisia. Give me your expert opinion as a both a Dutch fan and a collegiate soccer player.
I don't see Netherlands being comfortable in this game because of just their edge that they have when they play. Bias maybe, whatever. But I do think that they're gonna come out with probably like a 3-0 win. And the only thing is, they have not kept a clean sheet in 6 matches, which is not great. But I think that they'll still be able to against Tunisia because it's not that it's a lesser opponent, but they should.
They're not as good.
They're not as good.
They're not as
And
good.
if there's any game to keep a clean sheet, execute the way that Mexico did per se, this is it.
Okay. Do you know if they're playing with their orange uniforms or are they using the? I think their away one is black, right?
It is, which is awesome. But I don't know for sure. I obviously put the orange one up today, but that's because I like the orange one, honestly. But I want to say they're wearing
Let's see.
orange.
Home kit, yeah, orange.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right, and
And-
then Japan and Sweden. I mean, that's got to be a great game in Dallas.
I agree.
Sweden has not kept a clean sheet in their last 13 matches. Obviously, they gave up a lot of goals last week, or was it this week? Yeah, it was last weekend versus the Netherlands. Extremely unlikely, but Sweden could still win the group if the Netherlands dropped their match for whatever reason against Tunisia and they beat Japan. But yeah, like we were saying just now a few minutes ago, a lot still at stake for these 3 teams. Obviously, Tunisia's already eliminated. I think Japan versus Sweden, again, going back to, right before the World Cup, if you were like circling matches that you did not want to miss before the start of the tournament, Sweden versus Japan was one of those. And I think now that we are at match day 3 and we know what's at stake, definitely one of those. And
Absolutely.
love the Swedes. Again, I've been to Stockholm. I had an absolute blast. Not for the stream, but it was an absolute blast. Japan last year, also an incredible country. I picked Japan as my dark horse this year from, in March when we started the streams with Hunter. And I'm going to be cheering for Japan. But, what do you think the final result is going to be in this match?
I'm going to say 2-0 Japan.
2-0 Japan. Okay, you don't think Sweden puts one up?
No.
Interesting. Okay.
What do you say?
2-1 Japan.
Okay. That's honestly probably a better score, but I'm just going to stick with what I said because yeah.
Okay. So for me, it's 2-1 Japan. And then we move on to Group D at 10 p.m. Obviously with your country or one of your countries, because you have like 3 countries apparently, which is the U.S., which is already qualified. This is, I want to say garbage match because it doesn't count for anything.
Yeah.
That's not that the U.S. is garbage. Obviously, they're playing. Actually, a lot of the conversation yesterday with my Mexican former clients and friends was, holy shit, the U.S. looks really scary. They look really, really good. And
I love that.
and people are a little bit, kind of like they've noticed the U.S., which is not something that you kind of do too often, especially in the World Cup. So let's start with Australia versus Paraguay because that's the match that actually counts for something. And what I think is really interesting here is that Polymarket has those odds as 43% for a draw, which just tells me
That's pretty high.
yes, which is interesting, right? Because I think what the crowd is betting here is that if they tie this match, both will most likely qualify, given that Where is this group? I'm gonna pull it up here. Yeah, Group D. So given that both have 3 points, so they have both have 4 points, that will most likely see them through. Obviously, Paraguay would be third place because they gave up so many goals to the U.S. But that, people are thinking that they're just gonna play to a draw, which I don't know. Like, what? Let's say LSU is playing in a tournament. You guys are gonna make it to the knockout stage. A draw sends you in. A draw sends your opponent in. How would you approach it? Like, would your coach be like, let's just go for a draw? Like, especially when you're a good side. I mean, if you're Cape Verde playing Spain, whole different conversation. But you can go in second place, which theoretically should give you an easier round of 32 opponent. How would you guys approach it at LSU?
I want to say that we would, not that we would say, oh, we want to draw. I don't think that it's always we want to win. But, like, I think we would probably play in a 5-back, which is like the safest option defensively, and only have like one person up top and just play it super safe. Like, get the ball out of the box. Like, we're not risking this. We're not risking getting scored on, because if you don't get scored on, you go through. If you do, you don't. I mean, you might, but you know what I mean. Just kind of being really locked in defensively is definitely the goal in a game like this for Australia.
Yeah, I mean, Australia. A draw gets them through in second place. A win. Yeah,
Still second place.
Well, if the U.S. loses, which is not going to happen, if the U.S. loses to Turkey, Australia could theoretically still make it in. Oh no, because they would have the exact same points as the U.S. and the U.S. won their match. So yeah, no, there's nothing that Australia can do to qualify in first. I don't know. 5-back, we'll see. But it is interesting. Like, the draw at 43% seems a little high to me in Poly Market, to be honest. Like, it's nobody plays to draw in a World Cup unless you are, especially if like the second and third place like ranking for matchday 3 are at stake. I would say. In this circumstance, people do play for draws, again, Cape Verde, Curacao, that kind of stuff. But in this circumstance, I don't think you play for a draw.
No, I agree.
Now, the U.S. only has a 53% odds of winning their match against Turkey, according to Polymarket. That sounds low to me.
It definitely is low, but I think people probably are thinking, just like the Haiti-Morocco match, underdogs. Turkey wants to prove that they did something in the World Cup, because I think that they're all very disappointed in the way that it kind of played out. But I do think the U.S. is going to come out with a win. I don't think that those odds are correct.
They've scored 6 goals. They've only given up 1. They looked dominating on both group stage matches so far. I think, the U.S. at 53%, which is funny because technically the U.S. is playing away on this match, but that's why it's away here on Polymark if you're looking at it. Yeah, I feel almost like it's a no-brainer.
I agree.
But yeah, we'll see what happens with that match. It's gonna be at 10
What's your
p.m.
score prediction?
I think 2-0 the U.S. That sounds reasonable to me.
I'm gonna go 3.
You're gonna go 3?
Mm-hmm.
3-0 the U.S. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. Do they rest starters? Like, is Christian gonna play? Are your boys gonna play?
I don't think Christian's gonna play, because why would you rush back for a game that necessarily doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter, but does it get you like going, right? Because we were talking about Quiñones yesterday with Mexico. Like, why did he start? There's some players, and I don't know, you obviously played a lot more competitively than I ever did, but there's some times where, like, if you take too long of a break, you fall out of rhythm.
Definitely. But I think that, yeah, I don't know. It depends on where his health's at. If he's fully fine, yes, he'll play. But if he's not, then he's not going to play. Because, like, if this were a game that all or nothing, like, hurt or not, he's still on the field. He's going to play.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to the U.S. I will be supporting you.
Cheering.
Emotion. I'm not going to be cheering is differently. I'll be celebrating any goals, and I'll be supporting. And that is if, not
That's all that matters.
sleeping on the couch tonight. But yeah, talking about big wins. This Messi 101 on Panini blockchain traded for $175,000 yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Which, shout out to Spindletron and the Panini blockchain collector crew that have been telling us to rip and participate in this mint. That's 108 Ether. I don't think we've had an NFT, like a Web3 native IP NFT trade over, geez, like 60 Ether, maybe a couple punks in the last couple months. This Messi 101 trades for 108 Ether, $175,000. So they pulled this from a $150 pack. That's a nice little return right there.
That's crazy.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, that's wild. That much money, I can't.
What would you do? Trust me, this was 2021 was like that, and then we all like blew their money on stupid stuff. But what would you do if you buy something for 150 and you sell it for $175,000 2 days later? What's the first thing that you buy?
I don't even know. I know that I'd make a stupid purchase though.
I know you have to.
I don't know.
Like you have to make one like celebrate. I wouldn't call it stupid purchase. I would call it celebratory purchase.
I'd buy a purse.
A purse.
And then I would buy something for my family that they've been wanting.
Okay. For the whole family, or like a board game, like.
No. I'm trying to think. My dad always wanted like a red Ducati motorcycle.
Ooh, I almost bought a red Monster 696 a long time ago, but then my mom cried on the phone when I told her, so I didn't.
It's fair. They're not safe at all, but I think he wants it more to just have like as decor or something. But I'd probably, I don't know. That's a great question. I'd definitely book a trip to Europe in like August,
Okay.
and then things are expensive now. Like that could go by pretty fast.
Oh my God, you're like the NFL players. You're like, oh, 25 million is not enough money. Once you pay 10 million in tax,
but you know what I mean. Like, I don't know.
Sophie, you just graduated college. I don't know how much you were making as NIL money, but that is a lot of money.
No, obviously it is. But I'm saying like to go and buy like a car would be like that would take 1/6 of it, right? And then I don't know. I would need to actually plan it out.
Okay.
Obviously it's a ton of money.
It is a ton of money. All right, two things for you. One, fantasy football. Let's look at who's winning. So, funny enough, it's people that did full Morocco lineups that are in first, second, third, and fourth, and fifth and sixth place.
Interesting.
Interesting. There was nobody put full Mexico lineups. I should have done that because that would have been 6, 5, 11, and then we did 3 goals, 12. Plus the bonus. But yeah, Morocco, even though they put up no points on defense, so I'm expecting this to change. Yeah, so for the knockout stage, we're doing a couple of things to do tiebreakers, because otherwise there's too many people winning the first place. Now, I said no memes, but literally I changed the tab, and there was a meme. Guess what type of meme it is?
I'm not even gonna guess. Everyone already knows. Is it Enric?
Endrick and Ancelotti. It says, put an Endrick in or go to Mount Everest and grab a piece of the cloud. And Ancelotti goes and grabs the cloud.
That's like, who thinks of this?
They're amazing. I spent so much time yesterday looking at memes as I was recovering from our pickup game.
That's awesome, though. They are really funny, I can't lie.
They're so good. So good. All right, what else do we have for today? Did we get through everything?
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking at my tabs. Make sure I have a Where's Waldo tab open. Wonder why. Should we rip? You want to rip one of the Panini packs today?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I have it up. We bought a lot yesterday by accident. Well, not by accident. We wanted to buy some, but then it said that it didn't go through. Which one do we rip? The first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth? Give me a number from 1 to 7.
5.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open pack now. Make sure you want to open pack. Okay, so our uncommon card is Alexander Sorloth. Our rare card is Chris Wood. Is that a Canadian guy? Yeah. And our epic card is a Upamecano 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Eh,
Eh.
one more?
Could be better. One more.
One more. Alright. Alright, we're gonna do the first one. Open pack now. Yes. Oh, we didn't get any epics. Another Norwegian, Andreas Schleck or something.
But yeah, just close.
Ah, Cucurella.
Portuguese?
No,
Yeah.
Spain.
Oh, Spain.
Alright. Not the best pulls, but it is what it is.
Where that came from, though? We could have.
Alright, one more.
Ronaldo.
It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
addicting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see this one. Give me like a Messi, a Mbappe, or a Mexican guy. Theo Hernandez from Le France, Le Bleu. And we have Rodrigo. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, decent.
And Jose Manuel Lopez from Argentina. All right, I think we have good luck today, so we'll stop ripping packs today. But
Yeah. Bad juju.
lots of exciting football today, including the co-hosts USNA, including your father's country, the
Netherlands.
Dutch, Netherlands. How do they say it? Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Do you know any cheers? How about this? I call your dad and ask him what the cheers are, so you can tell us tomorrow.
Okay, I will. I'll definitely do that. I'm gonna be watching the game. My middle name is Holland, so shout out.
Shout out. So definitely you gotta cheer for them. And then pickup. We gotta play pickup again because that was a lot of fun.
Yes.
I just need to
Definitely.
recover from a long night and a lot of. We have fun. We played for what, like an hour, maybe?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. Let me check the chat. All right. Nothing in the chat, so I think that's gonna be it for today. Any words for your American representatives on the pitch today? If you were the coach, and they're like you're in the huddle, you're about to take on this match, you're already qualified in first, you're kind of like the starters, maybe put in a couple of new guys. What are you telling them? What would your coach tell you? Did your coach at LSU have like some sort of like pre-match speech? Was it the captain that gave it? Was it you that gave it? Was there like a team cheer? Like how did that?
I mean, we had like traditions within the team, just like we would listen to the same LSU theme songs, and then our coach would come in, talk to us. Today, I think she would just say like, "Go have fun and enjoy it and take in the moment, but also do your job and execute and win." So I
Okay.
think that's probably what they're saying. Because at the end of the day, like these are amazing experiences for these players, and like win, lose, tie, like you're still in the World Cup, playing the World Cup. So I think it's more just about the U.S. having fun and doing what they've been doing well.
So that's what you would say. Go out and have fun. Your coach Kevorkian will be like, go out and have fun.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it. I will take that. Cool. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And tomorrow, I won't be on the stream because I got a meeting with the Laura Labs teams. But Hunter will be in my spot, and Sophie will be on here too. So please do tune in tomorrow. And yeah, thank you guys. And we will see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you.